It's officially the end of the week, so that means that there's a lot of Nintendo news to talk about. Like Elden Ring Tarnished Edition has some brand new footage. We also have a big game coming to Nintendo Switch 2, and also Pokemon Pootopia breaking everyone's expectations. So let's get straight into it. So starting everything off, GameSpot recently got their hands on the new build of Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, and let's just say that this game actually looks good and it looks like it plays really well. I was honestly really excited to actually play Elden Ring in handheld mode. I think it would be great. But now it seems like this game might be ready to launch sooner than expected. So honestly, this is great because if you don't remember, back in 2025, this is when the game was originally set to release. Due to ongoing bugs and the game not looking that great and not playing that great, they pushed it back to 2026, which, hey, I'm glad that they did because honestly, the game seems to be looking great. Now, of course, you will have 30 FPS. It seems like a stable 30 FPS, so overall, there's been a lot of Nintendo Switch 2 games that are locked at 30 FPS and play really, really well, like Cyberpunk 2077. And speaking of Cyberpunk, since the game is on Nintendo Switch 2, might as well talk about it. CD Projekt Red rules out new DLC for Cyberpunk 2077. So essentially what you get right now is what you get, and there's not going to be any more DLCs, so you don't even have to think about it. Moving over to Pokemon Pootopia. Now, Pokemon Pootopia has two news stories that we have to cover. Now, the first one is this game has sold 2.2 million units in the past 4 days. Now, this is great in so many different ways. I think that just seeing the success of this game is honestly really great, and I want to see it keep growing because it's really a good game. Moving over to UK, Pootopia was apparently massively undersupplied, so just like we have sold out and we also have Amazon raising prices for the physical/digital version, well, it seems like the UK got even less copies than we have here. So overall, this kind of sucks over there, but it seems like we're probably going to get more supply of this game. Moving over to Kirby Air Riders. Now, patch notes 1.3.2 are out here. They're right here on screen, and it pretty much essentially just fixes bugs and adds amiibo support. So overall, it's great to see that Kirby Air Riders is still getting updates to this day. Now, moving over to Pokemon Sleep. Now, Pokemon Sleep is honestly really cool, and this morning we just got a brand new update that you will be able to play this game on Garmin's smartwatches, so I'm honestly really curious to know how that's exactly going to work, but it's cool that you're able to do this. Moving over to Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now, Nintendo has actually said that Donkey Kong Bonanza wouldn't be as fun if you were destroying basic blocks, so they decided to make it beautiful. Now, I don't know what this means. Were they going to do a Pootopia sort of Donkey Kong Bonanza before moving over to a beautiful art style? Maybe that's what it could mean, but overall, this definitely is really interesting that Nintendo would just straight up bring this up. Now, the big game that I wanted to mention on Nintendo Switch 2 is actually Fortnite Save the World. Now, this honestly is a pretty big game in my eyes. I think seeing Fortnite Save the World on this for free is completely amazing, especially if you have the Founders Edition from way back when you bought the game, which means that you own or you get V-Bucks. So if you play that game, you can just get some free V-Bucks and start farming on your Switch 2 if that's something that you're interested in. Moving over to Tomb Raiders. Now, Tomb Raiders is actually the remaster 1 to 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And recently, I wanted to just take a look at this. Brand new news for the Dustbloods, which is honestly really awesome. It seems like this game is going to be launching in 2026, which I'm really excited for. But there's something that's really interesting. If you look at the EU eShop, you can see that the number of players just on a single console is 1, but the number of players online is 1 through 8. So it seems like this game might actually be something to do with like Elden Ring Night Ring. If you remember that game, it had a lot of different players that you were playing together. So this is overall really interesting because Nintendo is claiming to be a system of where family and friends get together, which I guess is really true. So who knows if that's actually going to pull through. I also found this to be really interesting. Central Leaks has put up this thing about like about different codes for the games, but overall it seems like if you look at this right here, you can see that Winds and Waves is down here, which means it started development about 2022. Room open for a bunch of different games, and 3D Mario could definitely be one of those games, so maybe that's actually something that is happening. Just thought that that would definitely be an interesting thing to take a look at. But overall, that's pretty much it for Nintendo news this week. We really caught up on pretty much everything that has been announced over the last couple of days, and I think that it's just going to get crazier and crazier. Now, just in case you were speaking on a Nintendo Direct, now, it honestly is looking like we aren't going to be getting a Nintendo Direct for some reason. I'm still having hopes that we are going to be getting a Nintendo Direct, because if we don't get one in March, that means no 3D Mario. That means a bunch of different things. No end of the year, no big end of the year game, unless Nintendo thinks, you know what, a Zelda remake for Ocarina of Time is bigger and better. I honestly think an Ocarina of Time remake would be cool from the ground up, but of course, we all need our 3D Mario, so hopefully we get our Nintendo Direct, maybe next week, maybe we get it the 3rd week or the 4th week. I mean, there's definitely going to be Mario Wonder, but I still think there could be a Nintendo Direct. Overall, what are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section down below. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.